In a rare and a very tense moment in the global stage, the President of the United States delivers a strong and uncompromising message to the Uganda's leadership. Donald Trump himself sent a very strong message after the US government had a crisis meeting to discuss about the issues in Uganda. The message was clearly addressed to General Museveni, who is the CDF in Uganda, who happens to be the son of the Ugandan president Yoweri Museveni. And the message was also sent to the president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni himself. This was after a number of issues that were identified in Uganda, whereby the president's son personally threatened Bobi Wine, who happened to be a presidential candidate in the just concluded elections, and he threatened to skin him alive. Something that has brought the attention of even the Ugandan government. So before we proceed, take your 1 minute or two to remember to subscribe to this channel, whereby you'll be getting exclusive news and discussions about the ongoing matters in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and across the world. Thank you. Uganda just concluded elections. And after the elections, it was clear that there was malignant theft of votes. There were malicious events whereby we saw the election papers being marked elsewhere and then being tallied. You also saw a video circulating online of Bobi Wine leading with 6-7%, whereby Museveni was following him with 27% elections. That was a video from the Ugandan election system. But who was declared as the president? Yoweri Museveni was declared as a president. But when these things come to the broad daylight, when these things get exposed to the social media, then we see the Ugandan opposition leader, who happens to be Bobi Wine, being chased like a rat. There were armed police officers in his home. We have seen Bobi Wine complaining about armed police officers manning his home, terrorizing his house, turning it down, tables, chairs, everything, forcing his wife to say and expose where he is, forcing his wife to open her phone, give her password, something which is very inhuman. Why would, if Yoweri Museveni has declared himself as a president, why would his son, why would the police officers, armed police officers, troops of officers, break into Bobi Wine's house, harass his wife and kids? Why would they do that? It is showing the impunity that is still in Africa. Impunity that we keep talking about each and every day. The impunity that we just saw in Tanzania the other day. It is the same thing that is happening in Uganda. The funny part about Uganda is that the president's son, who happens to be in charge of the police force, goes to social media and threatens the opposition leader that if he doesn't turn himself in, he will shoot him, he will kill him. Something that needs to be done and change this type of moral behavior in Africa. These are the same matters that have made the United States of America government to issue a statement, more importantly, from Donald Trump himself. He talked about asking Museveni to release the long-term opposition leader Pesce, who has been held for quite a long time. Remember, he was arrested from Kenya while he was hiding, while he was receiving medical treatment. He was taken to Uganda, and here he has undergone torture. Why would be a president torture an opposition leader simply because he wants to unseat him? Why would the African leaders, especially those who are running for presidency, have the energy to dismiss, to arrest, to torture leaders who are running against them? The moment they just get the power, they use the power to make sure that they are finishing the opposition leaders so that the next time they have nobody to run against with. Do we have democracy in East Africa? Do we have democracy in Africa? Because it is something that has been happening. It happened in Tanzania. You saw the opposition leaders were all arrested. Opened cases. They are still in jail. Simply because the highest crime is running as presidency. The highest crimes is trying to unseat those leaders who have been presidents. Those leaders who have been in power, they don't want to have people running against them. So they use the power that they have to make sure that they have finished them completely by silencing them. Their best way of silencing them is arresting them and torturing them. Something that needs to stop. Something that has to be done in Uganda so that the president's son should know that there is the rule of law. The government and the country of Uganda does not belong to them. Something they need to know. The government of Uganda does not belong to Museveni's family. It belongs to the people of Uganda. And Trump has sent a clear message to you that if you do not release Pesce, if you do not stop intimidating Bobby Wine and his family, then he's coming for you. And those who know Donald Trump, when he says something, he means it. Do we need to have leaders from America, leaders from Europe, to speak so that the leaders in Africa can know their responsibility as leaders in Africa? Something needs to be done. We need to change the culture of our politics in Africa so that we don't have the white leaders having to remind us what to do. You don't need to be forced to know that democracy gives everybody the power to run for presidency. And if people buy whatever you have to them so that you be elected as a president, then nobody has something against you. But you need to give other people the opportunities, because leadership was not just meant for you, it was meant for other people. So, Uganda, your president and his son need to stop running Uganda as a family affair. It is a national affair. A country that belongs to the people, and the will of the people needs to be given power, needs to be given time. People need to express themselves.